You are now ready to apply the finish coat. Firstly, put on your safety glasses, gloves and overalls. Clean the brush and roller prior to mixing. Stir the contents of each component. The components must be mixed in the ratio of 2 volumes of base to 1 volume of curing agent, so measure out appropriate volumes by decanting them into a separate container. Stir them thoroughly together and then leave for 20 minutes to allow bubbles to disperse. Ensure your brushes and rollers are clean before you start. Make sure you have some thinners number 9 to hand in case the mix needs to be thinned slightly and for cleaning up spills. Thoroughly dust off the hull with a tack rag to remove final traces of dust. Start by rolling an even coat in the same way as you applied the undercoat, but choose a smaller section so that the leading edge is still wet when you paint the next section. Then lightly tip off the entire surface of the section vertically with the brush. This method works particularly well when 2 painters work side by side, one with a roller and one tipping off with a brush. Hold the brush at an angle of 45 degrees to the surface, as this minimizes brush marks. For areas that are to be painted by brush only, application involves 3 simple steps to get the best possible finish. Step 1. Brush apply in diagonal strokes from the left and right. Step 2. Spread the paint further using horizontal strokes. Step 3. Tip off the surface with light brush strokes vertically down from the top and upwards from the bottom. This results in any brush marks and bubbles flowing out and gives a super smooth, glossy finish. Be sure to change or clean the brushes and rollers regularly to get the best possible finish. Only add thinner number 9 to the paint if the ambient temperature is high and the brush feels like it's dragging on the surface. Add a maximum of 10% thinner, no more. When you have finished the first coat, leave it to dry overnight. Consult the product label for the minimum overcoating times, as these are temperature dependent. When it is ready to overcoat, remove any imperfections like sags or dirt using 400 grade sandpaper. Then lightly sand the entire surface with the 400 grade paper. As before, remove all traces of dust by dusting off and finish using tack rags. Apply the second and final coat in exactly the same way as the first. Stir the components thoroughly. Measure out and mix the components. Leave it to stand for 20 minutes. Roll and brush apply an even coat and carefully tip off the surface on the way. The application is now complete and there are just a couple of things you need to do to finish with perfection. When the paint has dried to a hard finish, remove the masking tape with care so as not to pull off paint accidentally. Put back the through hull fittings and any vinyl lettering. To keep your paint finish looking superb all year, regularly clean it using Yacht Line Super Cleaner. The finished result is absolutely stunning. It looks as though it was painted by a professional applicator. So sit back and watch the admiring glances. Now you can go and spend more time enjoying your boat. Perfection.